Hello, I'm Steve. Welcome to the Patio Heat channel, where we provide visual concepts of infrared heating as well as tips for outdoor comfort. Send your request into designs@patioheat.com for your personalized recommendations. Our one-on-one customer support helps you make the best decisions for your applications. We strive to earn your business. Visit our patioheat.com website for sales and more information. Now let's get heating. All right, so we have this pool house that we have a kind of a enclosed space here and then an open space here. Now I put dining out here and reclining inside here. Not quite sure exactly how that dining space is going to be, or this space I should say is going to be used, but I just, like I said, put it in as a dining space. There is a bar countertop over here, and let's go ahead and look at the overall dimensions. First of all, I'm going to go ahead and just show you the elevations and floor plans that I got, so you can see that they pretty much match what is here, and you can see, as far as that's concerned, go ahead and look at the overall dimensions. So overall dimensions that we have here, I'm going to take away the floor plan now. So just the overall dimensions that we have. Whoops, there we go here. And we have this space over here. I just have it 22 feet from the center of the post to the center of the post, 22.4, and then 15 foot from center post there to center post here. I have a ceiling height of roughly about 10 feet off the finished floor. I have a stucco finished ceiling. Not quite sure if that's really what's going to be. So that's the major part that I believe is what they're looking to heat. I don't have any heating over here. However, we can discuss that if that's something that they're looking for. So you can see the bottom edge of this beam coming across here. I have at 9 foot off the finished floor, and I think that's pretty much about it. So let's go ahead and turn that off. And I'm going to take off the top here, the rooftop, just to see, you can see that I'm not a builder here. I don't know the true dimensions of all the roof rafters and things of that nature. I tried to duplicate what I saw. Some of it's not right, but in any case, the important thing is that there are roof rafters here. And so just bear that in mind that I do have that. I'm going to go ahead and remove the ceiling here, and then also I'm going to place in what I would recommend for this space over here. So let's go ahead and tap that in. So what I have here is 6 of the these are WD 5024, so they're 5,000 watt 240 volt units in flush mount kits, and I have them recessed into the stucco ceiling so that the heaters, the frame of the heater itself, I'm going to go ahead and just remove this frame, or the stucco ceiling here for a second, so you can see that. So here's the actual frame itself, and then if I put that stucco finish ceiling back in here, you can see that that stucco finish ceiling overlaps the edge of the flush mount kit itself. So let's go ahead and remove that once more. And what you're going to need to do is, as far as securing the units to the roof rafters, you're going to have to put in a cross beam coming across here and over here on this side of each unit, as well as you need to add the 1 hour rated drywall. That's this component here, and then inside you'll see that there is the unit itself here, as well as the flush mount kit itself here. Just another side note is that the clearance, or you need a clearance of a 1/2 inch from the hole openings of the flush mount kit to any stucco finish. And then if the finish is in fact a wooden finish, then you're going to have to drop the unit down to the same elevation as the ceiling itself if it's a combustible finish. Anything else? Let's see if there's anything else over here. That's pretty much about it. Now I have these rafters set up at about 24 inches. This one here is off a little bit based on the fact that the ceiling comes up right around here somewhere, And but in any case, what I've done is I've taken the units themselves, and you can see that I've placed them approximately 6 foot on center, and then also in this dimension here, from center of the structure itself to the center of the units, they're at 3.5 feet, so 7 foot center to center on the units themselves. So that's the location. I started over here based on the fact that the roof rafters come in this orientation over here, and that over here there's a part of the rafter system here that looks like it stopped right around here. So that's why I stuck this unit in right here. I would have liked to have put it over here to the right and started here and gone to the 6 foot span that direction, but because of that limitation on the structural part of the roof rafter system, that's why I placed them here. Let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat. So these are 5,000 watt units. They are a pretty warm unit, but because of the length of the unit themselves, that's why I've chose these. So there is a 6,000 watt unit that you could put in here, but I saw there was a beam going across here, and that wouldn't fit in the center, number one. And then number two, just one 6,000 watt wouldn't give you the footprint to heat up this whole 15 foot dimension here. So that's why I'm choosing to use the 5,000 watt units. However, I want to state that I would recommend a control system with a 5,000 watt unit at this elevation, just because of the fact that they are really designed for a little bit higher of an application. You can see the footprint of heat is really designed to go a little bit further, excuse me, about 1.5 feet further than what you see. So that's why I would recommend the control system for that. I'm going to go ahead and remove the 2 dimensions I had there, and let's put that ray back on here. Now another thing I just want to mention is if it's something that you want to do to heat up this same area over here, then you might want to go ahead and put a similar unit, but I say similar only based on the fact that because the place is more enclosed, and let me try to get this here proper, so I'm going to go just 18 feet for right now. Because this is semi-enclosed, you're not going to need the intensity, so you might go with a lower output unit, or you could use the same units, but again, the control system is something that's very important. Going to the clearances below the heater, let's see if I actually have them on here. I actually don't have them on here, but let me just state that the clearance needs to be from this edge here out to the right side at 18 inches to any combustible. And I'm only stating that because I'm not quite sure if these doors here come in, if they go out, both, you know, it doesn't matter which way they go, but we need to make sure we're going to maintain that 18 inches of clearance from the edge of the heater, not the flush mount frame, but the edge of the heater itself to any combustible material. And that's going to be true on all 4 sides of the heater, as well as 36 inches down below the heater itself. So I think that is about it for these 2 locations. You could possibly widen or move these 2 units here a little bit further out, but I'm not quite sure you're going to get that, you know, full footprint of heat. Let's just go with a 24-inch move, and you can see here now we have this not as well overlapping here in the center, so I would probably stick with that dimension I gave you just a minute ago. Anything else? Yeah, we want to go ahead and talk about this bar. I'm not quite sure if this bar area here is somewhere that you like to heat, and if it is, then what I would recommend is taking what they call a deck mount, and a deck mount could be placed inside of the bar itself. Let's see if I can show that to you. So here is the deck mount. It could be supported by bolting it to some sort of structural part of the bar area. There's 2 bolts that would go through here, 1 that would go here. This pivot allows you to make it so that it's flush. And then also you could put, to make it flush in this direction here, you could put washers on the back side, or on the top back side, or just on the bottom back side. In any case, the unit itself, let's see if I can find that for us here. So the unit itself fits right into that deck mount, and I actually cut the post a little bit shorter. You can cut this in sight and then just bring your hose, gas line hose out here, and then you'll see that the heater itself sits out here, and I have this little cover plate that you'd have to build out of whatever type of finish your bar countertop is, and then you can actually just place that in place when you remove the heater itself to cover it up. So it's something that you'd have to customize in order to do that nicely. So but in any case, these are Infrared Dynamics. These are the Sunglo PSA 265. You can get the the E model, where you can hit a switch on and the heaters will turn themselves on or switch off. And let's go ahead and see what the footprint of heat would be for that. You can see here that we're getting a pretty good coverage throughout this whole span. You may want to move this one a little bit to the left. Not quite sure. I was trying to place it in this edge corner here, and then I moved it over 24 inches from that point because I just didn't see that it was heating up this area properly. But in any case, if we just move that over, you'll see that we're getting a more overlapping coverage. You probably want something more in that maybe 12 more inches in. But I kind of like to heat up this outer edge as well. So this might be a cooler spot for somebody, and this might be a warmer spot if we do it this direction here. Let's go ahead and look at what I have here as far as the approximate dimension from each other. And you can see we have it at about 10.5 to 11 feet center to center. Just to note that these units are pretty warm for bar stool seating, so you probably would want maybe a PSA 265 model, and it has a knob where you can turn the unit higher and lower, but it does not start itself. It has a standing pilot, so it depends on what you really want. Do you want a unit that just lights itself, or do you want one that has a standing pilot and you'd have to manually light it, and then you have a little bit more control as far as the output? So all right, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you would like us to review your plans, please send your information into designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve. Please tap that like button if you find this video useful. We don't advertise or not monetize. YouTube does not promote our channel in any way unless we receive a thumbs up from our viewers. And we thank you so much for watching. Have an excellent day.